Hello and welcome back to All About Community. Again, my name is Robert L. Harris. I am your host. And when we went to break, I was speaking with Bishop Bob Jackson, S12 Gospel Church, right here in the city of Oakland. We were talking about prayer changes things, but we do have some politicians here that we probably need to figure out a way to change. So, Bishop, what is your view of the new leadership of Oakland, who's been in power now for almost 6 months, a little over 6 months? You think things are getting better?
It depends on who you're talking to. So if you're talking to people that like the mayor and enjoy the mayor, then maybe you can hear something like that. But if you talk to the community and people who actually live out here, especially District 6 and District 7, where I live, no, we don't see anything getting better. It's the same as it's always been. And it's kind of like this is what people expect because it's been like that so long. And people tell me, well, why don't people really complain about it? And I'm saying, complain to who? Who do we complain to? We've complained and complained and complained until we're just out of complaint.
Now, what about the LaRon Armstrong, who was fired almost immediately after the mayor took office? You think that was a good move, and have things really just improved since he was fired?
To me, it was the worst move she could have made. It was the worst move. She doesn't even know how to spell LaRon Armstrong. My point in saying it is, she just listened to this overseer, this guy that's making almost $2 million a year for 20 years now. And she listened to him. It's the only thing I can say. And made sure, because he didn't want him there, fired him. She didn't even know him. She didn't know LaRon Armstrong. He's Oakland, grew up in Oakland. His brother was murdered on the streets of Oakland. He was the perfect police chief, and he was abating the problems that we were having. Setting up, he did more in 2 years than the last 10 police chiefs we've had in the city of Oakland. But no, you see, there's people who want to see Oakland the way it is, and they want it to continue because that makes it easy for them to come in and take the city over and change it all up. But the devil is a liar. He's not going to take our city like that.
Now, what about the selection of a new police chief? You going to have any involvement in that?
So I heard.
Heard it through the grapevine? All right. I heard it through the grapevine.
So they were trying to find a police chief that would be a part of the community or would recognize the community, would get along with the community, and would be able to come and abate the problems that we've been having. They're trying to find a police chief. And I'm saying to myself, you just fired the police chief that was doing that very thing. And now you're looking for a police chief to do what you just fired the man that was doing it? You just fired him?
Yes.
Hey, Mayor, you just fired the perfect police chief was LaRon Armstrong. And he had the perfect chief. You messed it up by firing him.
And,
I hope you watch it.
And now, that's okay. The mayor watches this program because she was on it several weeks ago. So, the fire chief, I mean, it looked like we're going to have to get a new fire chief because the one that we had just stepped down.
I talked to that fire chief. I talked to him when he first came on board, greeted him to the city, let him know that I was there, if I could do anything to help him, whatnot. He was always welcome to come to the church on Sunday and be a parishioner fellowship there and worship at Axville Gospel. I welcomed him to the city. I know by talking to him, he loved the city of Oakland. He wanted to be here. Something was going on. This mayor had fired the chief, and I guarantee you it wouldn't have been long before she fired him.
Well, why would she want to do that?
Don't want me to play the race card, do you?
No, I don't want you to play the race card. I just want you to tell us why.
Once again, she didn't even know him. She didn't know who he was. Somebody's pulling strings, like I said. She's a puppet, and some puppeteer is behind her pulling strings to do what she's doing.
Well, what is the city council doing? Just sitting there and allowing all this stuff to happen?
Do we have a city council? Where?
Yeah, we got a city council. I don't know what they're doing, but we have one. What do you think they ought to be doing?
I really don't know what they're able to do.
Because you ran for city council.
I did, and I'm glad I didn't get it. Because right about now, I would be gone too. Because what I want to do is so radical in what's going on, they could probably run me out of the city.
What kind of advice you think the mayor is getting or not getting that she should be getting? Because clearly we want this city to be the very best that it can be.
Well, I tell you what advice she's not getting, and that is from the community. She's not listening to the community.
Has she met with the community?
Not that I know.
How can you be in office for 6 months and not meet with the community?
And then doing things that you think is best for the community and not talking to the community. Listen, we don't need people coming to tell us what's best for the community. We know what's best for the community. We've been here for years. We know. You're the one that's the stranger.
Well, you've been here for years, and Axel Gospel been here 40-something years, if I recall correctly.
39 years.
All right, I told you I'm 40-something years. 39 is 40 in my count. But has she reached out to you?
Not at all, but I tried to reach out to her, and they told me to fill out a form to get an invitation.
Wait a minute. Help me understand. Do what?
To fill out a form, and the mayor will read the form and see if she would like to meet with you. And I filled out the form, and I sent it to him. I have heard nothing from them.
Now, have you ever had to fill out a form before to meet with a mayor?
Never in my life.
Man.
Never in my 39 years of pastoring this church have I filled out a form to go see the mayor.
Well, what do you think is going on here?
I think the mayor sees who she want to see, and who she don't want to see, she just simply say, fill out the form. And it goes in file F. That's the wastebasket.
Well, unfortunately, we have to go to we got to go to break. So don't touch that remote. We will be right back with All About Community. Again, my guest is Bishop Bob Jackson, Axel Gospel Church right here in the city of Oakland, and is a person who is making a difference in the community. And if I were the mayor, I would be knocking on his door saying, Bishop, can you help me? Bishop, can you pray for me? Because we need it. Don't touch that remote. We will be right back with All About Community.